The Sharpshooter is a mid-range tower with a placement cost of $600. Since it has pretty cheap upgrades, it can help a lot with the first couple of waves, and especially with early flying troops. But how should you be using the Sharpshooter? In this video, I'll be going over its top path, the bottom path, which path is better, and how you should be using the Sharpshooter. On its top path, the Sharpshooter gains a damage buff and flying detection. At 3x, he gains an overall buff and defense piercing, which improves at 4x. This makes top path better against ground enemies, and it can provide some damage if you don't have any other towers. This path, however, is less effective in early game due to its cost. On bottom path, the Sharpshooter begins throwing Molotovs, which, when upgraded, leave behind a trail of fire. While this fire isn't the best for damage, the afterburn effect can help with weaker units. X3 and X4 focus more on increasing the fire damage and damage per shot. It's also much cheaper than top path, making it easier to spam and more obtainable in early game. While top path is higher damage, bottom path is cheaper and easier to get in early game, which is when you'll be using the Sharpshooter the most. Flying enemies typically don't have a lot of health, so you don't need to spend extra money on top path to take care of them. Not to mention, the cheaper price of bottom path leaves you more money to put into ground defense, which is arguably more important. The Sharpshooter is good against flying enemies, and while he can help with ground enemies in late game, he isn't the best choice. Sharpshooter works best in hard mode, as you cannot take advantage of his flying detection in normal mode, and he doesn't deal enough damage in expert mode. If your team is lacking on air defense, placing some Sharpshooters can help, but otherwise, it might be in your best interest to place something else. In conclusion, the Sharpshooter is a C tier tower. It can handle early game pretty well and helps a lot with flying enemies, but lacks in late game damage when compared to other towers. Here's a playlist of other videos similar to this one if you're interested. That is all. Goodbye.